Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 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 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. And that one is up for 3. Check 1 2. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back onto the campus of Penn State Fayette for the 2020 USCAA Small College National Championships. I'm Zach Ziegler taking you through the action here this afternoon, and we got a good one for you as number 8 Southern Maine Community College takes on number 9 Penn State Wilkes-Barre. It's been a big day of action already here on day one as Penn State Greater Allegheny, the number 10 seed, just upset number 7 Berkeley 79-67 to move on to face Central Penn, the number 2 seed, tomorrow at 6 p.m. right here in the Maine Arena. And this is another first round matchup. The winner of this game gets to take on the number 1 seed, Johnson & Wales Charlotte. That game will happen tomorrow in the Maine Arena at 8 p.m. This one's shaping up to be a good one. First, we'll look at Southern Maine Community College. Coming into this tournament, they had a loss in their final regular season game against Vermont Tech, but before that, rattled off 5 wins in a row. This is a team that can get on the scoreboard. They score 73.9 points per game while allowing their opponents to score just over 64 points per game, 64.4. And for Southern Maine Community College on the offensive side, they're led by their captain, sophomore Ian Reagan. He has 12.4 points per game this season, and he's going to be one to watch if you're Penn State Wilkes-Barre. Reagan, the leading scorer for Southern Maine Community College. And on the other side, you have Penn State Wilkes-Barre, who number 9 seed this year, but a year ago, they were the USCAA national champions, taking the tournament for the first time in school history. And for Wilkes-Barre, they're averaging just a little bit more than Southern Maine Community College is this year, 77.6 points per game for Wilkes-Barre. And in the Penn State University Athletic Conference, they scored 76.7 points per game. So this is a team that can also get up there offensively. A pretty evenly matched game here for this number 8, number 9 team. And that's how it's really been all day. We've had some good games throughout the day. The women kicked it off. Men's Division II bracket starting now as these teams are looking to move on to take on, as we said, the number 1 seed, Johnson & Wales Charlotte, tomorrow at 8 p.m. And looking at Wilkes-Barre, kind of a small team on the roster. They have a bunch of players, but there are only 7 dressed with head coach LaShawn Hammett today. So we'll see if that plays into a factor. On the other side for Southern Maine Community College, a very deep team. They have 4 players who are averaging in double digits this season. So that offense is going to be something to watch for Southern Maine Community College. Before we get started, going to hear a little message from our sponsors. Northwest Design Inc. Northwest Design Inc. is the official merchandiser of the national championships. They provide an outstanding selection of apparel that is fully customized. Don't miss out on the memory of the 2020 Basketball National Championships. To purchase your official 2020 USCAA National Basketball Championship merchandise from Northwest Design Inc., visit their booth in the community center located near the food court. About 30 seconds away from tip-off here, as Penn State Wilkes-Barre and Southern Maine Community College battle on day 1, round 1 of the USCAA Small College National Championships here at Penn State Fayette. It's the last year that the tournament will be held here at Penn State Fayette, as it'll be moving down to Richmond, Virginia next year. Penn State Fayette has hosted the tournament since 2009. It's been a great home for the tournament. We've loved being here, loved the hospitality, and ready for another good one here at 2020. Right now, we're going to have the starting lineups announced on the floor. We'll step aside for just a moment. We'll come back. We'll have the lineups for you. You're listening to first round action of the USCAA National Basketball Championships. We are back from the campus of Penn State Fayette to the 2020 USCAA National Championship Basketball Tournament Men's Division II action as we have number 8 Southern Maine Community College against number 9 Penn State Wilkes-Barre. I'm Zach Ziegler taking you through the action. Lineups are being announced right now, and we'll give those to you. First for the number 9 seed Penn State Wilkes-Barre. They enter the tournament with a record of 19-7. Their starting 5 will be Calvin Johnson, Kevin Major, Justin Sutton, John Armstead, and Kevin Silverberg. And on the other side for Southern Maine Community College, they're the number 8 seed. They enter with a record of 20-8. Their starting 5, Zachary Mickle, Tyler Mickle, Pedro Fonseca, Ian Reagan, and Anthony Lober. And on the Southern Maine Community College side, we talked about Reagan already leading the team in points per game with 12.4. There are also 3 other guys who average in the double digits. Pedro Fonseca, one of those as well, as he is just over 10 points a game. Anthony Lober has over 11 points per game as well. Just about ready for the start of this one from the Penn State Fayette campus in Uniontown, Pennsylvania. Round 1 matchup to see who will take on number 1 Johnson & Wales Charlotte tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Got a pretty good crowd on hand as Penn State Wilkes-Barre will be in their blue tops, blue pants, and gray numbers. For Southern Maine Community College, they are in the white jerseys with blue lettering and white bottoms. Just about ready to go with our opening tip-off. Southern Maine Community College led by their head coach, Matt Richards. And on the other side for Wilkes-Barre, it's LaShawn Hammett. It's Wilkes-Barre trying to make it back-to-back USCAA National Championships. Here's our opening tip, and it is underway. Wilkes-Barre will gain possession as John Armstead starts with the ball, gets it over to Major, who will set up the play. He moves to his right, just to the top of the key on the right side of the court, gets to the top. Over to the corner for Silverberg. Silverberg moving back to the center, gets it to Armstead. Armstead driving from the free throw line for 2, and it doesn't go down, but Wilkes-Barre gets their own rebound. Nice job by Calvin Johnson getting in there as they'll reset the play. Major over by the half-court line. Nothing, just underway. The number 8, number 9 game as Major moves to the right side of the key, back to the top, over to Armstead on the left side. Armstead to Silverberg near the volleyball line. Silverberg driving towards the charity stripe, puts it up from there. It's up, and no, it comes down. Rebound for Ian Reagan. It'll be Zachary Mickle bringing it up just past the logo. He's now at the volleyball line. Nothing. 19-10 to go here in the first half of this first round matchup. Mickle gets it over to Fonseca. Fonseca on the left side of the court, just beyond the key. Fonseca moves to his left, now gets it back to Zach Mickle at the top, gets it to the corner for Reagan. Reagan back to Zach Mickle. Mickle from just beyond the paint on the right side. He puts it up, and it's good, and we are on the board. Southern Maine Community College leads 2-0 with 18:48 to go. Southern Maine Community College passing the ball around a lot there on that first possession as Wilkes-Barre brings it up the court. Major going to his right, just on top of the key. Now goes back to the middle, trying to drive near the free throw line, backs up. Tries to make another move, gets it out to the corner. Awaiting it is Sutton. Sutton puts it up, and that one falls right into the hands of Reagan. So Southern Maine Community College back on the attack, ahead 2-0. Zachary Mickle gets it to Fonseca. Fonseca for 3 from the right corner, and he nails it. Southern Maine Community College gets the first 5 here today. Southern Maine playing a tight defense here early on, forcing Penn State Wilkes-Barre to pass the ball around. Kevin Major will get to Silverberg at the volleyball line. Silverberg over to, Johnson. Johnson gets to Armstead. Armstead drives, doesn't get the rebound offensively, goes to Sutton. And a foul will be called. They're going to get Southern Maine Community College's Anthony Lober. It'll be Lobor's first. Coming to the line for Wilkes-Barre will be Justin Sutton, shooting 2. Sutton, a senior forward from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. His first shot is up, and it is good, so Wilkes-Barre gets on the board. 5-1. Southern Maine Community College leads. 18 minutes to go in the first half. Next shot is up, and that one is good as well, so put 2 on the board for Sutton, and it's now 5-2. Southern Maine Community College back on the attack. Zachary Mickle coming up. Mickle gets it out to Fonseca. Fonseca hit that 3 earlier, gets it inside. The shot for 2 by Lober, and that one falls through. As Southern Maine Community College adds on, it's now 7-2. Wilkes-Barre trying to fight back out of the early hole. Southern Maine Community College got the first 5 points of this one. This will be Major at the logo. Setting the play, tries to move to his left, double team there, goes back to the right to the charity stripe, gets it over to Armstead on the right side, back to the top for Major. Major inside, Sutton puts it up, and bouncing off the rim, no good. Offensive rebound there by Johnson, and it'll go out of bounds, and we're going to get a foul. Now you're going to get Lobor again, his second. 2 fouls already for Lobor, and that's going to force Southern Maine Community College to make a switch here as Calvin Johnson comes to the line to shoot 2. Johnson, a junior from Brooklyn, New York. His first shot is up, and it's good. So far, Wilkes-Barre a perfect 3 for 3 from the line as Southern Maine Community College's Deshaun Cromwell checks back in. His first appearance of the day. 17:21 to go in the first. It's 7-3. Southern Maine Community College leads over Wilkes-Barre. Johnson's second shot is up off the rim and no good. Cromwell, just newly entered in the game, gets the rebound, and Southern Maine Community College back on the attack. Zachary Mickle going to the far left side of the court, guarded by Major. Gets it to Fonseca on the right. Fonseca just above the key on the right side near the Wilkes-Barre bench. Moves back to the center, gets it to Mickle for 3, and it no good off the rim as Sutton gets the rebound, and Wilkes-Barre comes back up. Kevin Major trying to quicken the pace here. Gets to Armstead on the top right. Back to Major at the top of the key. Major to his left, gets it inside block to Johnson. Johnson trying to make a move, falls down, gets back to his feet, gets it to Major. Major for 3, and he hits it. What a play there as Calvin Johnson looked dead to rights. He fell to his butt, but was able to get back up, make the pass, and Major able to capitalize. Makes it 7-6. Southern Maine Community College leads with 16:33 to go. Meanwhile, Fonseca in the left corner gets it back to the top to Reagan. Reagan for 2, and he gets it down. Ian Reagan gets on the board for Southern Maine Community College. Meanwhile, Silverberg going coast to coast, and he gets it down. It's now 9-8 as Kevin Silverberg gets on the board for the first time. Mickle brings it back up. 1-point game, 16:10 to go. Mickle at the top of the key, gets it to Reagan in the left corner. To the corner to Fonseca. Fonseca for 3, and it's no good. Fonseca tried to get his own rebound, but it goes off his hands and out of bounds. It'll be Wilkes-Barre possession. 9-8, Southern Maine Community College leads in the early going. They scored the first 5 points of this game as Major's coming up the court for Wilkes-Barre. Gets it to Silverberg in the left, just above the key. Silverberg trying to find a lane, gets the block, shoots it for 2, and no good as it goes out of bounds. It'll be Southern Maine Community College ball. 9-8, Southern Maine Community College leads. Cromwell will inbound to Zachary Mickle. Mickle coming up. This first round matchup, just above the logo now is Mickle as he moves to his right, trying to set the play. Goes to his left, he's at the top of the key, gets it to Fonseca to the left corner for Reagan. Reagan inside to Tyler Mickle. Mickle drives, tries to get a shot, blocked by Armstead, and Wilkes-Barre comes away with the ball. Nice defense there by Armstead to stay tight. Silverberg, meanwhile, coast to coast. He puts it up, and we'll get a foul here. Nice play there by Armstead. He's able to get right in the face of Tyler Mickle, block that shot, and then allow Wilkes-Barre the opportunity. They're going to get Pedro Fonseca his first foul. 3 fouls already in the early going for Southern Maine Community College. Kevin Silverberg comes to the line for 2. His first one is up, and it is good. Gives him 3 on the day. A couple of check-ins here for Wilkes-Barre. It'll be Joel Carpenter, and on the other side for Southern Maine Community College, Cameron Cousins makes his first appearance. Wilkes-Barre 4 for 5 from the free throw line in the early going as they've gone there a lot due to those fouls. Silverberg's next shot is up, and no good. That one falls off the rim. Cromwell will rebound. So 1 for 2 for Silverberg, and we're all tied at 9 with 15:20 to go. Mickle coming up the right side, now goes to the top of the key, gets it to Reagan on the left side of the court beyond the key. Back to Mickle on the opposite side. Mickle to the corner to Fonseca. Fonseca fakes a 3, trying to look for someone to go to, gets it to Cromwell. Cromwell to the top, gets it to Reagan for 3, and that one won't go down. A battle for the rebound there, and it's Kevin Majors who ends up coming with it. He's going quickly, trying to pace in this game, puts it up, and no good. Nice offensive rebound, but they're going to get an offensive foul here on Wilkes-Barre. Major might have went a little too quickly on that one. And they will get Wilkes-Barre on the foul, and it'll be Joel Carpenter, his first. They get him on the rebound. It's first foul for Wilkes-Barre, and meanwhile, they're going to go on to immediate timeout on the court. This broadcast timeout's brought to you by Autoland Hyundai, your hometown dealer located in downtown Uniontown. They're now offering Hyundai complimentary maintenance for 3 years or 36,000 miles on your new Hyundai. Call 724-437-9999 or visit our website, www.autolandhyundai.com, for more information. Jack Monick and Pick 10 Photography is the official photographer of the 2020 USCAA National Basketball Championships. Visit Jack's booth in the community center during the tournament or visit the USCAA photo store following the championships at theuscaa.com and clicking on the photo store link of the About Us section of the website. 14:55 to go here in this first round matchup between number 8 Southern Maine Community College and number 9 Penn State Wilkes-Barre. We're all tied 9-9 as Wilkes-Barre's been able to battle back. Southern Maine Community College took control of the game early, scoring the first 5 points, but it's been foul trouble that's hurt the Seawolves as they had 3 fouls early on that have forced Wilkes-Barre to the line. Wilkes-Barre has capitalized, going 4 for 6 on those first 3 attempts at the charity stripe and have fought back to tie this game. It'll be the Seawolves ball with 14:55 to go as it's inbounded to Zachary Mickle. Mickle going over the half-court line on the left side of the court, the far side of your screen. Moves back towards the center. Mickle to Fonseca on the right side near the scorer's table. Fonseca moving back to his left, looking for somewhere to go. Goes back to Mickle at the volleyball line on the left side of the court. Mickle back to Fonseca. Fonseca for 3, and he nails it. His second 3 of the day as Southern Maine Community College retakes the lead. It's now 12-9. Fonseca has 2 threes for Southern Maine Community College, both big. His first capped that 5-0 run to start the game. Kevin Majors going corner to Armstead. Armstead for 3 as Wilkes-Barre tries to respond, but it's no good as Zachary Mickle comes down with the rebound. Going quickly as Southern Maine Community College as Fonseca has the ball in his hands again. Gets it back to Zachary Mickle at the top of the key. Mickle trying to set up a play. Mickle to Reagan. Reagan tries to get inside. Silverberg, nice defense to knock it away, and it's back in Wilkes-Barre's hands. Majors has it to Silverberg, and he completes the play, going up for 2. It's now 12-11 Southern Maine Community College, and give Silverberg 5 on the day so far. 13:52 to go. It's Southern Maine Community College up 12-11 on Wilkes-Barre. Mickle from inside the paint gets it to Reagan in the right corner to Fonseca for 3, and it's off the rim, but Southern Maine Community College gets their own rebound. Nice play there by Mickle, chasing the shot. That's back in Fonseca's hands on the right side. Fonseca moving towards the middle, goes towards the charity stripe, back out to Mickle. Right left corner to Reagan. Reagan inside to Cromwell. Cromwell to Fonseca from the right corner for 3, and Fonseca nails it again. And Southern Maine Community College ahead 15-11. Pedro Fonseca on fire in the first 7 minutes of the game. He has 9 to lead the way for Southern Maine Community College. Now Silverberg trying to get the ball away for Wilkes-Barre. Turns it over. Reagan under the net. He makes it up. And Southern Maine Community College are pouring on now. They're ahead 17-11. Reagan has 4 on the day now. Southern Maine Community College up 17-11. Fonseca started it with the 3, and then a nice steal from Southern Maine Community College ended with that bucket from Reagan. Silverberg has it for Wilkes-Barre on the far side. He goes for 3, and he hits it, continuing his hot start. It's now 17-14, making it a 3-point game. Silverberg now has 8. Southern Maine Community College back on the attack. They're on the left side with Reagan. Reagan gets it into the charity stripe where Cromwell rates. Cromwell out to Mickle. Mickle to the top of the key, moving to his left, gets it over to Cromwell in the right corner. Inside to Cousins. Cousins for 2, and he gets on the board for the first time today. It's now 19-14. Cameron Cousins checked in a little bit ago after the 2 fouls on Anthony Lobar. And that's the thing we talked about, the depth of Southern Maine Community College. They have 4 players averaging double digits. Lobor's had to sit out due to foul trouble, and they've really made up for it. Meanwhile, Silverberg tries to put a shot up, and we're going to get another foul here on Southern Maine Community College as they get Reagan his first of the day, team's 4th. And those fouls early on are what helped Penn State Wilkes-Barre battle back into this game, and Kevin Silverberg was one of the ones who took those first 3 attempts. His second try from the line, he's 1 for 2. His first shot is up, and that one is good. And we're going to have some changes on the court for Southern Maine Community College. It'll be Colin Baker, Tyler Mickle, and Marios Salos checking in. And for Wilkes-Barre, Dorian Haynes enters the game. Silverberg, his second attempt with his team down 19-15, 12:02 to go in the first. It's up, and it's good. So Silverberg continues his day. He now has 10 in the first 8 minutes of this game. Southern Maine Community College back on the attack, up by 3. Zachary Mickle Far right side, moving to the top of the key. Mickle gets it over to newly checked in Baker. Baker to Salos. Salos back to Mickle. Mickle at the volleyball line. He'll reset things. Mickle to Baker. Baker inside, goes to Cousins. Cousins for two. And off the rim, no good. Kevin Majors on the rebound as Wilkes-Barre continues to quicken the pace. It seems like once they get the rebound, Wilkes-Barre's trying to move, push this offense up the court. They're trying to battle into this game. 11:28 to go, 19-16. Southern Maine Community College leads. Majors goes off to his right. Now back towards the center. He's at the charity stripe. Gets it out to Haynes. Haynes back to Majors. Majors out to Silverberg. Silverberg, top of the key, looking for a shot. Gets it over to Black. Black to Majors for three. It's up and no good. Cousins on the rebound. Jordan Black also checking into the game for Wilkes-Barre during that switch. He's newly entered. Zachary Mickle has it for Southern Maine Community College. Gets it to Tyler Mickle. Tyler Mickle over to Salos. Salos back to Tyler Mickle. Mickle on the near side near the Wilkes-Barre bench. Driving in. Tries to get it out to Baker, but it's no good. As Silverberg right there to intercept it. Kevin Silverberg has played some great defense today for Wilkes-Barre. So he gets it over to Haynes. Haynes at the volleyball line to Majors. Majors will set up the play. He's act by the logo, waiting for his head coach, LaShawn Hammett, to give him what he wants. Guarded by Zachary Mickle. 19-16, Southern Maine Community College leads with just under 10.5 to go in the first. Majors driving in, meanwhile, try to get the ball to his counterpart out to Silverberg in the left corner. Silverberg for three, no good. Zachary Mickle on the rebound. And now Mickle will slow things down for Southern Maine Community College. They're up by three. Wilkes-Barre's tried to have a fast pace today, so the Seawolves trying to slow down, set things up. Mickle's at the top of the key now. He goes for three, and that one's not going to fall. Nice rebound there from Wilkes-Barre. It'll be Joel Carpenter who comes down with it. And back to Kevin Majors as they go on the offensive attack. Haynes on the near side of the court, just beyond the key. Haynes gets it inside to Black. Black looking out to Carpenter. Carpenter looked for the three, now drives. Tries to get it to Black, but Zachary Mickle's there to take it away, and Mickles is coming up quickly. Mickles driving coast to coast. He puts it up, and it's good. Zachary Mickle extends the Seawolves lead to 21-16 as he's on the board for the first time today. Kevin Majors coming up, trying to get his team back on the offensive. Carpenter has it, moves to his right to Silverberg. Silverberg on the far side of the court beyond the key. Gets it across to Majors. Majors guarded by Mickle. Majors goes left, now reverses back right, top of the key, driving. Gets it out to Haynes, who waits for three, and that one will hit nothing. It's a scrum for the ball under the net, and we're going to get a whistle here, and a jump ball is called, so the possession will go to Southern Maine Community College. Haynes tried for that deep three from the far right corner, but it did not fall, and then there was a scrum for the ball. Nice job of jumping on it there from Wilkes-Barre to force that jump ball. 9:03 to play here in the first half. 21-16. Number 8 Southern Maine Community College leads over number 9 Penn State Wilkes-Barre. The official host of the 2020 USCAA Small College National Championship, participants are staying at the beautiful Seven Springs Mountain Resort. The property features wonderful slope slide lodging, 7 restaurants, a bowling alley, arcade, and snow tubing activities. Visit sevensprings.com for more information and a property tour. Excella Health, the region's leading provider of advanced medical care, is proud to provide this year's on-site athletic training services to all of this year's participating student athletes and wishes all the teams good luck in this year's event. So Wilkes-Barre hanging right around with Southern Maine Community College. We talked about it. The Seawolves had the first 5 points of the game, but fouls allowed Wilkes-Barre to battle back. Then once again, the Seawolves would push out in front. Pedro Fonseca having a great first half so far. 9 points for him on the day. And on the other side, Kevin Silverberg for Penn State Wilkes-Barre has 10 points already to lead the way. And Silverberg's been playing some nice tight defense. He's right on top of his defenders, forcing bad passes, forcing some turnovers, and that's really kept his team in the ball game. Zachary Mickle on the other side defensively playing a great game for the Seawolves. He's caused a couple of big turnovers and has fed Fonseca on several occasions to set up those big threes. 9:03 to go here in the first half. 21-16, Southern Maine Community College leads over Penn State Wilkes-Barre at the 2020 USCAA National Basketball Championships. It's round 1, day 1 of tournament action of the Division II bracket on the men's side as the Seawolves will have it. Baker gets it inside to Cousins. Cousins out to Salos. Salos for three. It's off the rim and it'll go up behind the net. It'll be Wilkes-Barre ball. Checking in for Wilkes-Barre, Calvin Johnson returns to the game. A couple of changes for Southern Maine Community College during that last time out. Tyler Clark checked into the game. His first appearance today as Wilkes-Barre's Kevin Majors brings it back up the court. Past the half-court logo. He's been setting up that offense all day. Moves to his right to the far side, trying to drive. Backs up just where that coach's box ends. Gets it over to Johnson at the top. Johnson over to Carpenter. Carpenter shoots a two, long two from just inside of the three-point arc and makes it. So Carpenter gets on the board for the first time today. 21-18, Southern Maine Community College leads. Tyler Clark bringing it up. Clark over to, Baker. Baker to Cousins in the right corner. Cousins trying to find his lane, drives in on Carpenter, spins, puts one up. Carpenter's hands all up there. It's going to roll around the rim, and Cousins will get on the board. Nice job by Cousins being able to fake out Carpenter and find the bucket. 23-18, Southern Maine Community College leads. Kevin Majors bringing it up the court for Wilkes-Barre. Mentioned Wilkes-Barre was last year's USCAA national champions after falling to Penn State York in the PSUAC championship game a year ago. Meanwhile, Silverberg puts one up for three, and he's going to make it and one as they're going to get a foul on Southern Maine Community College. Kevin Silverberg on fire. They're going to call Colin Baker for his first foul of the day, and that'll set up a 4-point play opportunity for Silverberg. He now has 13 points on the day. It's 23-21. Southern Maine Community College leads. Silverberg so far today, 3 for 4 from the free throw line. As his first shot is up, and it's good. So 4-point play completed there by Silverberg. He now has 14 as Southern Maine Community College running back up the court. Gets to Fonseca in the right corner for three. It's up, no good. Silverberg almost got the rebound, but luckily for him, it falls into Carpenter's hands and it's Wilkes-Barre's possession. Majors moving to his left, hands off to Haynes. Haynes at the top of the key. Haynes gives to Silverberg near the volleyball line. Silverberg trying to set things up now. We've seen Majors doing that a lot today. Meanwhile, Silverberg a long three, and he is on fire as Wilkes-Barre in the lead. He slams it down. He now has 17, and it's Penn State Wilkes-Barre 25, Southern Maine 23. Salos, meanwhile, for Southern Maine, gets it over to Tyler Mickle, and we're going to get a travel. First turnover for Southern Maine Community College as Tyler Mickle gets the traveling violation, and it'll be Penn State Wilkes-Barre ball. 7:01 to go here in the first half. It's 25-23. Penn State Wilkes-Barre leads. Kevin Silverberg putting the team on his back. 17 of his team's 25 points so far today, and he's playing some great defense as well. Kevin Majors coming up the court past the half-court line. Gets it to Silverberg on the far side. Silverberg, double team, trying to make a move. Gets it to Carpenter at the charity stripe. Carpenter puts it up for two, and that one's not going to fall. Fonseca battling off a pair of rebounders for Wilkes-Barre to grab that one. And he's moving quickly. Gets it to Cromwell. Cromwell for two, and he's on the board. Deshaun Cromwell, his first points of the day. We're tied at 25 with just over 6.5 to play here in the first half. Been a back-and-forth game so far. Great game, just like we've seen all day here at the National Tournament Day 1. Majors moving to his right. He's at the top of the key. Now tries to make another move. Drives in. Gets it to Johnson. And they're going to call Southern Maine for a block. That's going to bring Johnson to the line. Cromwell's first foul of the day. Excuse me, not a shooting foul. So Silverberg will take the inbound. Checking into the game for the Seawolves, it's going to be Anthony Lobor making his first return since he had the 2 fouls early on. Southern Maine Community College, 6 fouls so far today to just 1 for Penn State Wilkes-Barre. 25-25 our score, 6:16 to go here in the first quarter. And now Silverberg changes out for Majors to inbound. Majors over to Armstead. Armstead back in the game, gets top of the key to Silverberg. Silverberg spins from the charity stripe for 2, and we're going to have a foul called as that one goes down no good. Johnson ended up on his butt after the shot went up. They're going to get Deshaun Cromwell his second, so 2 straight fouls for Cromwell, and that'll bring Calvin Johnson to the line. Johnson for a 1-and-1. For Johnson, a junior from Brooklyn, New York. His first shot is up, and it's good. So Wilkes-Barre back in the lead, 26-25. Cameron Cousins checks back in the game for the Seawolves. 26-25 our score. 6:09 to go here in the first half. Johnson puts his second up, and that one's good as well. So it's 27-25, Wilkes-Barre leads. Southern Maine Community College coming back up. Salos to Fonseca. Fonseca moving towards the right corner inside the three-point range. Puts it up for two. No good as it rolls right out of that hoop. A scrum for the ball under the net as several players were in on that one, and a jump ball is called. Cameron Cousins had it in his hands, and then he had to battle a couple of Wilkes-Barre players, including John Armstead and Dorian Haynes. But it'll be Wilkes-Barre possession. Justin Sutton will inbound for Wilkes-Barre. Sutton gets the Majors, and they're coming up the court. 5:52 to go. Wilkes-Barre has the slight lead, 27-25. Major, the far side, moving towards the top of the key. He's driving in, puts up a two, and that one won't fall. Cameron Cousins trying to battle for the rebound. He comes down with it. A couple of Wilkes-Barre players on his back as he gets it to Reagan, who's moving quickly. Reagan looking for someone to go to. He goes inside. Back out to Fonseca. Fonseca to Mickle. Zachary Mickle will reset the play at the volleyball line. Gets to Ian Reagan on the left side of the court. To the top to Fonseca. Fonseca for three. And he hits it, his fourth three of the first half. It's now 28-27 Southern Maine Community College. Fonseca, his fourth three of the day. He has 12 for Southern Maine Community College. Meanwhile, Wilkes-Barre's John Armstead at the top of the key, battling Fonseca. Armstead gets it inside to Johnson. Johnson trying to make a move, trying to drive, trying to use his butt to get to the net. Puts it up, no good. Cousins with the rebound, and Zachary Mickle will bring it up for the Seawolves. Mickle to the opposite side to Reagan. Reagan, an open three, and it's off the front net. Armstead with the rebound. Wilkes-Barre back with the ball in their hands. 4:46 to go here in the first half. 28-27, Southern Maine Community College leads here in this first round matchup. Kevin Major, right at the Penn State Nittany Lion logo in half court. Will drive towards the volleyball line. Trying to get around two Seawolves defenders. Gets it inside to Johnson, right under the net. Johnson puts it up, and that's good. Nice battle there from Johnson. He now has 5. And it's 29-28, Penn State Wilkes-Barre. Mickle on the other side for the Seawolves, setting things up. Gets it to Lober. Lober back to Cousins. Cousins to the right side to Zachary Mickle. Mickle just beyond the three-point line. To the top of the key to Reagan for three. And that one won't fall. Cousins battling in there. Lober as well, as Lober got his hands on it. And then we're going to get a call as looks like they're going to get Kevin Major on that foul. Major's first foul of the day. The second for Penn State Wilkes-Barre, and we're going to head to the media timeout with 4:04 to go here in the first half. It's Penn State Wilkes-Barre 29, Southern Maine Community College 28. And after falling behind early, Penn State Wilkes-Barre has fought back into this game thanks to a lot of success from the free throw line, and Kevin Silverberg. Silverberg has the team on his back right now, 17 points, and he's playing some strong, uptight defense that has forced bad passes from Southern Maine Community College. On the other side, Pedro Fonseca is really having a good first half. 4 threes for him. He has 12 points on the day as he got his team started, hit a couple of big threes to get him ahead. As we said, Wilkes-Barre has kept battling back in this one and staying alive. The premier medical facility in the area, the Uniontown Hospital, supports the USCAA Basketball National Championships. Uniontown Hospital is located just minutes from the Penn State Fayette campus and is available to help you with all your medical needs. Also, Specialty Conduit and Manufacturing is a longtime supporter of the basketball championships in Uniontown. Their recent 41,000 square foot expansion makes them the leading plumbing company in all of southwestern Pennsylvania. Specialty Conduit wishes all teams best of luck this week at Penn State Fayette. 4:04 to go here in the first half. 29-28. Penn State Wilkes-Barre leads this one in a back-and-forth contest. Wilkes-Barre had the lead, Southern Maine Community College had the lead early on. Going out 5-0 to start this half, but Wilkes-Barre's Kevin Silverberg has been able to battle back. So here we go. Kevin Major was called for his first foul of the day before that timeout. It'll be Southern Maine Community College ball. Zachary Mickle will inbound. Mickle gets it to Cousins under the net. Cousins tries to put one up, blocked by Sutton, and Wilkes-Barre gets possession. Major going quickly, gets to Armstead under the net. Armstead for two, it's no good, but we got a foul. It looks like they're going to get Zachary Mickle. Mickle was on defense. Armstead going quickly, and they are going to get Mickle. Mickle's first of the day. Southern Maine Community College's 8th. They'll bring John Armstead to the line. Armstead, his first chance at the line, a senior from Ewing, New York. His first shot is up, and that one is good. So Armstead is on the board for the first time today. 30-28, Penn State Wilkes-Barre leads. Armstead, tall guy, standing at 6'4", puts the next shot up, and that one will fall. So Armstead goes 2 for 2, and it's 31-28. Wilkes-Barre leads with 3:56 to go. Zachary Mickle for Southern Maine Community College, bringing it up past the Lion head, now at the volleyball line, trying to move to his left, back to his right, tries to get to Reagan. Reagan has it, goes right through his hands and picks it up before the midline. Gets to Fonseca towards the right corner. Fonseca to the top. Driving in is Lobor. Lobor puts it up for 2, and he's going to fall through. Anthony Lobor on the board for the second time today. He now has 4, and it's 31-30, Wilkes-Barre leads. 3:26 to go in the first. Kevin Major setting up the offense. Major gets it to Silverberg near the near side towards the Seawolves bench. Silverberg driving in, puts up a 2 from almost behind the net, and it doesn't fall. Lobor with the rebound. Mickle coming, gets it to Fonseca quickly. Fonseca puts it up. That's no good. Kevin Major with the ball back in his hand as the pace quickens. Major going coast to coast, puts it up, and it's good. Kevin Major now has 5 on the day, and it's 33-30. Penn State Wilkes-Barre leads over Southern Maine Community College. Zachary Mickle coming up. Mickle at the volleyball line, near side of the court, moves back towards the Lion head. Now off to the left side. Mickle to Cousins in the left corner, back to Mickle with the USCAA logo. Mickle to the top of the key. Mickle has a lane, drives to the net, puts it up, and off the net, no good. Battle there, and Sutton comes up with it for Wilkes-Barre, goes to Silverberg. Silverberg with the layup, and it falls through. Penn State Wilkes-Barre now up by 5. It's their biggest lead of the day so far, 35-30 with 2:28 to play in the first half. Mickle on the left side gets to Fonseca in the left corner. Fonseca back to Reagan at the USCAA logo. Inside to Cousins. Cousins in the paint, spins, puts one up, and no good. Cousins nicely done, gets his own rebound, gets it out to Zachary Mickle at the volleyball line as Southern Maine Community College will reset. Mickle moving towards the right, now going towards the net, gets it to Cousins at the block. Cousins up, and a tip in there from Lobor. Nice job by him of getting that rebound and tipping it in. It'll be 35-32. Lobor saw that shot was off, just got up high enough, got that little tip to get it in the net as Kevin Major at the volleyball line gets Silverberg back to Major, back to Armstead. Major at the top of the key with the ball now. He's driving just beyond the charity stripe, out to the left corner to Silverberg. Silverberg for 3, and his magic can't continue, but we'll get a foul called here before things continue. We're going to get Calvin Johnson. Johnson's first foul of the day is checking back in for Southern Maine Community College. Deshaun Cromwell and Colin Baker making appearances again. It'll be Seawolves ball. 1:39 to go here in the first half. It's Penn State Wilkes-Barre 35, Southern Maine Community College 32. Zach Ziegler with you here from day 1 of the 2020 USCAA National Championships. Southern Maine Community College will bring it up. It'll be Zachary Mickle with the ball. Mickle past the half-court spot, gets it to Cromwell. Cromwell to the top to Cousins, back to Mickle on the near side. Mickle to the top where Baker awaits. Baker looking for a lane, drives, gets out to the right corner to Cromwell. Cromwell back to the volleyball line where Zachary Mickle awaits. Mickle moving to his left, he's looking for a lane, puts it up, fakes out, and it's bouncing around up there, no good, but Deshaun Cromwell able to come through for the Seawolves, getting that offensive rebound. Fonseca in the left corner gets it to Cromwell near the top. Cromwell fakes twice, now drives in, puts one up for 2, and that's going to fall. Nice job by Deshaun Cromwell. He got the offensive rebound, was able to stay patient at the top, wait for his move, and got in there, and it's now a 1-point game. 35-34, Penn State Wilkes-Barre leads with 51 seconds to go in the first half. Kevin Major moving over to the right side, now goes back towards the middle. He's driving in near the charity stripe, gets it out to Armstead. Armstead now will try, and there'll be no shot as we got a whistle here. And they're going to get an offensive foul here. Excuse me, it's going to be on Fonseca is who they get. So Pedro Fonseca called for the foul before the shot. That'll bring Armstead to the line. Armstead's second attempt from the charity stripe. He's 2 for 2 today. 35-34, Penn State Wilkes-Barre leads here with 41 seconds left in the first half. Armstead's first half of the 1-on-1 is up, and it's good. So Armstead will get another one. 36-34, Penn State Wilkes-Barre leads. Armstead set, it's up. And that one off the rim. Cousins with the rebound. He'll get it to Mickle, and Southern Maine Community College back on the offensive attack, down by 2. Fonseca on the far side of the court goes for 3, and it's going to fall. His 5th of the first half, and it's now 37-36. The Seawolves are back in the lead. It's the first time the Seawolves have led in this one since the 10-minute mark, and we're going to get a timeout from Penn State Wilkes-Barre. Pedro Fonseca hits his 5th 3 of the first half. He now has 15 on the day as we go into the timeout. It's a 30-second timeout with 25 seconds to go in the first half, and this has been a back-and-forth game, a great one here in the first round. Southern Maine Community College took control early. Penn State Wilkes-Barre was able to battle back from the free throw line, and it's been back and forth really ever since. You had Wilkes-Barre take a 5-point lead with just over 2.5 to play, and again, the Seawolves able to fight back this time and take the lead with 25 seconds to go. Schumars congratulates Penn State Fayette and its supporters for the 12th anniversary of the USCAA National Tournament. Schumars is excited to share 12 years of memories with Penn State Fayette and the USCAA and wishes every team the best of luck in this year's national championships. So 25 seconds to go. Penn State Wilkes-Barre is on the offensive. They elected to advance the ball with that timeout towards the Southern Maine bench, and they'll get it. 23 seconds ticking away as Majors is waiting to start the play. 37-36, Southern Maine Community College leads. Zachary Mickle on the defensive. Major to the volleyball line. 13 seconds left now. Moving to his right, heavily guarded by Fonseca. He gets the screen. Does Major. Goes to his left, trying to drive, and they're going to get Major for the offensive foul. Cousins stood tall and took that one. They're going to get Kevin Major, his 2nd foul of the day. And now with 6 seconds to go, Southern Maine Community College has one more chance before the half to extend their lead. Dorian Haynes will check back into the game for Wilkes-Barre. 37-36, the Seawolves lead over Penn State Wilkes-Barre. It'll be Deshaun Cromwell inbounding. Cromwell gets it to Zachary Mickle as time ticks away. 4 seconds left. Mickle going quickly, loses control of the ball, and it goes out of bounds, but will stay with the Seawolves. So 1.5 seconds to go here in the first half. It's 37-36. The Seawolves looking to get on the board one more time before the break. Deshaun Cromwell going to inbound. Joel Carpenter on the defense. Cromwell looking for someone to go to. Gets it to Mickle at the volleyball line. Mickle puts up a long 3, and it's not going to fall. And that will end the first half. Your score at Southern Maine Community College 37, Penn State Wilkes-Barre 36. What a first half it was. Back and forth throughout the half. It was Southern Maine Community College that got things started with the 5-point lead. Penn State Wilkes-Barre would battle back, going 4 for 6 from the free throw line to tie the game at 9. And ever since then, it's been a back and forth game. Both of these teams having some players to watch. Kevin Silverberg on the Penn State Wilkes-Barre side, 19 points in that first half. He was on fire from the 10-minute mark to about the 4-minute mark. He could do no wrong, putting shots up, making buckets, and really carrying the team on his back as he got him back in this game. And on the other side for Southern Maine Community College, it's been Pedro Fonseca. He has 5 threes in this game. He has been lethal from beyond the arc and really making the difference and getting his team ahead 37-36 as we reach the break. One more word from our sponsors before we step aside for halftime for a little bit. Follow the USCAA on social media for the most up-to-date happenings during the tournament. Use the official tournament hashtag USCAA Nationals 20 to see what others are posting. And the USCAA would like to thank the Penn State Fayette Chamber of Commerce, Laurel Highlands Visitors Bureau, Fayette Economic Development, Herald Standard, Specialty Conduit Manufacturing, WMB and WMBS for hosting the 2020 USCAA National Basketball Championships. Without these partners, this event would not be possible. So 37-36, your halftime score here in the number 8, number 9 game. Number 8, Southern Maine Community College currently has the lead, but we're in for an exciting second half. We're going to step aside for just a little bit. When we come back, we'll have second half action for you. You're listening to the 2020 USCAA National Basketball Championships. Your halftime score from Penn State Fayette in Uniontown, Pennsylvania in this round one matchup of the 2020 USCAA National Basketball Championships. It's Southern Maine Community College 37, Penn State Wilkes-Barre 36. I'm Zach Ziegler taking you through the action. Thank you for listening so far, and we've had a good one here this afternoon. Back and forth throughout the first half. Southern Maine Community College was able to run the ball early. They got a 5-0 lead to start the half, but then fouls really got them into trouble. They had 3 big fouls early in the first 5 minutes of the game, and that allowed Penn State Wilkes-Barre to come to the line. Wilkes-Barre capitalized, going 4 for 6 from the charity stripe to tie things up at 9, and ever since then it's really been back and forth between these two teams. Wilkes-Barre got their first lead at about the 10-minute mark and then led all the way till about the 4-minute mark when Southern Maine Community College was able to battle back into the game and take the lead, and then it was back and forth over the final 2 minutes of the game. But we talked about Penn State Wilkes-Barre at the charity stripe. They've really been good today, 12 for 15, capitalizing from the free throw line. However, on the other side, Southern Maine Community College has not attempted a free throw yet in this one, as they have not gotten the fouls called against them here today. As we look at the fouls, only 4 fouls called on Penn State Wilkes-Barre, and none of them has led Southern Maine Community College to the charity stripe. But the real story in this game has been the 2 offensive performances. On Wilkes-Barre's side, Kevin Silverberg has 19 of his team's 36 points. He's really been on fire throughout the day. He's only missed 1 free throw, going 4 for 5 from the charity stripe, has 2 big 3-pointers, and he's played some strong defense, got some takeaways, and allowed his guys to get the ball back on their offensive side, and that's how they were able to battle back and get their lead due to the play of Silverberg. And then on the other side, it's been Pedro Fonseca. Fonseca has 5 threes in that first half, and a couple of those really big threes. He capped off a couple of 5-0 runs that had Southern Maine Community College out in front, and he's been a threat for them all day. Their offensive leader, Ian Reagan's been kind of held off the board. He just has 4 points in that first half. A couple of Southern Maine Community College players with 4 points. Deshaun Cromwell has 4. Zachary Minkle has 4 to go along with Ian Reagan. You have Anthony Lobor, who had to sit out most of that first half due to foul trouble. He has 6. And then Cameron Cousins rounds out the scores. He had 4 for Southern Maine Community College. On the other side for Wilkes-Barre, we mentioned Kevin Silverberg with his 19-point effort. Then Calvin Johnson and Kevin Major each have 5 points on the day. Joel Carpenter has 2, John Armstead has 3, and Justin Sutton has 2. The winner of this game has a challenge ahead of them, though. Tomorrow they got to take on the number 1 seed, Johnson and Wales University, Charlotte. That game will happen right here in the main arena at 8 p.m. We'll have that coverage for you. You can listen to coverage throughout the tournament. Myself and a couple of my broadcast partners will be taking you through the tournament. So the link to go to is basketball.theuscaa.com. There's a standard definition streaming option and an HD streaming option for just a little fee, so you can follow along with all the action throughout the tournament and follow your teams. We're just about ready to go here in the second half. It'll be Southern Maine Community College ball. They're up 37-36, and we are underway as Zachary Mickle will start things off coming past the half-court logo. He moves to his right beyond the key, being guarded by Kevin Major. Mickle gets it to Fonseca. Fonseca, that big first half. He's at the charity stripe, trying to find a way to drive in. Tries to put one up. Armstead right on top of him, though, as he can't find a way to go, so he'll back it up to the volleyball line. Now moving to his left. Gets it to Lobor. Lobor tries a long 3, and he hits it to start things off. Anthony Lobor now has 9 as he gets his team on the board to start the second half. It's 40-36. Wilkes-Barre has possession. Major at the top of the key. Now backs up to the volleyball line as he'll set up the play. Major, when he has the ball on the offensive side, has been the play caller in this one so far. He'll get it to Silverberg. Silverberg in the paint. Silverberg goes up. No good. Mickle fights Silverberg and gets the rebound. So Zachary Mickle coming up quickly, trying to go coast to coast. Puts it up, and Armstead all over him on that one. Another block for John Armstead. When he's been in the game, Armstead has played great under the net, stopping shots, getting a lot of blocks. For Armstead, in that first half, he had 1 block, but gets another one there. Zachary Mickle inbounds for Southern Maine Community College. Lobor for 2, no good. Sutton will get the rebound, and it's back in Wilkes-Barre's hands. 40-36. Southern Maine Community College leads over Wilkes-Barre. Major gets to the right corner to Silverberg, but there to knock it away is Ian Reagan. The ball will stay with Wilkes-Barre, however, as Major will inbound right by his bench. LaShawn Hammett calling the play, the head coach for Penn State Wilkes-Barre. They won the USCAA National Championship last year, and Aaron gets the number 9 seed this year as John Armstead has the ball at the top. He'll get it inside to Sutton. Sutton Moves just in front of the charity stripe for 2, no good. Lowbor will pull down the rebound, and they're trying to go quickly as he fires it to Fonseca at the volleyball line on the other side of the court. Fonseca driving, puts it up, and no good as Major comes through with the rebound. 40-36, Southern Maine Community College leads. It's Wilkes-Barre going quickly. Major trying to drive to the net, gets it under to Johnson. Johnson for 2. No good as he misses the layup, but Sutton able to get the offensive rebound. Out to Armstead in the left corner. Armstead will drive in. He gets it up, and we're going to get a whistle here. It looks like they're going to get Tyler Mickle for the block for Southern Maine Community College. And they will, so Tyler Mickle gets the call. His first foul of the day. It'll bring Armstead to the line. We mentioned Wilkes-Barre today has done a good job from the free throw line. 12 for 15 in that first half. They're down by 4 here. Armstead is 3 for 4 in his attempts. His first shot is up, and that one is good. So he now has 4. It's 40-37. Armstead in his senior season, he competed yesterday in the three-point contest for Wilkes-Barre. Puts the next one up, and that one's good, so he goes 2 for 2 from the free throw line. It's now 40-38 as Southern Maine Community College brings the ball up. Zachary Mickle at the volleyball line now moves to his left. That's got the USCAA logo. Crosses court to Tyler Mickle. Tyler now driving in. He puts it up, and that one's good. So Tyler Mickle gets on the board. His first points of the day. It's 42-38. And for Southern Maine Community College, the key really right now with the lead is to just keep scoring. You don't want to get stopped. As this game has been back and forth so far, any room for error could result in disaster. Armstead from the charity stripe for Wilkes-Barre. He puts it up. John Armstead starting off hot. He has 4 in the second half, 7 on the day so far. And it's now 42-40, stays a 2-point game. Zachary Mickle up past the half-court logo at the volleyball line. Gets it to Ian Reagan on the left side near the Southern Maine bench. Tyler Mickle gets it out to Fonseca for 2, and that one won't fall as Johnson gets in, and he's coming quickly. Johnson tries to get it to Armstead. Nice patience there by Armstead as it was tipped. He was able to keep the ball, and now there's a scrum on the floor for the ball, and then we'll get a jump ball call. It'll stay with Wilkes-Barre. Armstead, nice job of concentrating on that one as he was getting the pass. It bounced off a Southern Maine Community College player, but Armstead able to stay with the ball, keep it in his possession, then force that jump ball. Kevin Major will inbound for Wilkes-Barre. Major gets it to Armstead. Armstead near side of the court, just beyond the three-point line, gets it into Johnson. Johnson right around the block. He'll put up for 2, and no good. Sutton battling for the rebound, and we're going to get a foul here. We'll see what the call is. And it looks like they're going to get Zachary Mickle on the foul, his second foul of the day. And Kevin Silverberg will inbound for Wilkes-Barre. Silverberg gets to Armstead. Armstead to the top where Major awaits, being guarded by Zachary Mickle, who just had that foul. Silverberg now has it near the left corner, drives in, puts up a 2, and no good. Reagan with the rebound, so Southern Maine Community College back on the attack. They're up by 2 with 16:57 to go in the game. Mickle at the free throw line gets it back out to Reagan. Reagan now will try to drive. He gets it over to Lowbor. Lowbor for 2, and he hits it. Anthony Lowbor now has 5.5. He has 11 on the day. And it's now 44-40 Southern Maine Community College. Kevin Major coming up to the near side of the court, being guarded by Zachary Mickle. Major makes a miss, goes inside, gets it out to Armstead in the left corner. Armstead will drive, puts up a 2, and we're going to get an offensive foul. John Armstead going to get the call, his first foul of the day. And ball goes back to Southern Maine Community College, and this is big right now for the Seawolves. They're playing some strong defense, allowing themselves to get some separation. They're up by 4 right now. You want to keep your foot on the pedal here. There's a couple of check-ins. Mario Salos checks in. And Southern Maine Community College brings it up. Saleos coming over the half-court line. He's on the right side. Beyond the arc, gets the top of the key to Fonseca. Fonseca goes to Lowbor. Lowbor's had a good half driving in, and we're going to get a call here. And they're going to get Sutton. Justin Sutton, his first foul for Wilkes-Barre today. 44-40. That'll allow Salos to inbound for Southern Maine Community College. Salos gets it to Reagan for 3, and no good. It's coming down with it is Armstead for Wilkes-Barre, and Wilkes-Barre back on the attack. Armstead over the half-court line, driving towards the middle. Now goes in, puts up a 2, And round goes in and out as Cousins able to get the rebound. Southern Maine Community College coming back up quickly. Salos to the right corner to Fonseca. Fonseca goes across court to Reagan. Reagan to the left corner to Salos. Salos drives in, puts a 2, and that one's good. So Mario Salos is on the board for the first time today. And it's now 46-40. Southern Maine Community College ahead by 6. Their biggest lead of the day. So they're on a run right now, 6-0. 46-40 the score with just over 15 and a half to go. Kevin Major in the far side, and we're going to get a whistle. As they're going to get Cameron Cousins his first. Checking back into the game for Wilkes-Barre is Dorian Haynes. 46-40 our score. First round matchup of the 2020 USCAA National Championships. Zach Ziegler bringing you the action here in this 4 o'clock matchup. Inbounded, trying to get it to Kevin Silverberg. It's tipped and goes into the seats, but they're going to say it touched Ian Reagan before it touched Silverberg. So Wilkes-Barre will maintain possession as Haynes will inbound once again. Haynes this time gets it to Major. Major into the volleyball line, driving to his right. Goes towards the block where he puts a 2 up. And that one's not going to fall. Major trying to battle for the rebound. Nobody can grab it before Joel Carpenter does for Wilkes-Barre. Carpenter puts it up no good, and Cousins comes down. Seawolves are back on the offensive attack as they get another stop. Fonseca for 2 from the free throw line. Goes in, out, but nice rebound by Lobor. Lobor tries to go up, doesn't have the ball. Was it stripped away from Carpenter, and Wilkes-Barre back on the offensive. Driving up is Major. Major at the free throw line gets it out to Haynes. Haynes looking inside. Has his man. It's put up by Sutton and no good. Reagan on the rebound. Seawolves back on the attack. 46-40 our score. The Seawolves lead. Salos, who just had his first 2, faked the 3, gets to Reagan at the top. Reagan over to Lobor. Lobor from the top of the key for 3, and it's good. Anthony Lobor, his second 3 of the half. He now has 8.5 and 14 on the day. It's 49-40. Major has it, and now we're going to get a stoppage as Wilkes-Barre will call a timeout. 14:27 to go here in the second half. It's 49-40. Southern Maine Community College leads. Anthony Lobor had to sit out a lot of that first half, came in the second half, and he's really made a difference. He has 8 points so far in this half, 14 on the day, as he has made his presence known. No more fouls for him as well so far in this half. He has 2, and that's why he had to sit out early in that first. This is the biggest lead for either team, 49-40 at this point. Southern Maine Community College playing tight defense, stopping Wilkes-Barre, and allowing for this separation. Looking for a new ride? Visit Autoland Hyundai of Uniontown for a stress-free car shopping experience. Selling both new and used vehicles, Autoland is your one-stop shop for a great car buying experience. Official sponsor of the 2020 USCAA Small College National Championships, Chesler's Fine Furniture offers quality furniture at low prices and the best service in the Tri-County area. Visit their store on Route 51 in Uniontown. It's where customers send their friends. Ready to get back in action after the media timeout. 49-40, Southern Maine Community College leads in this one. First round matchup of the 2020 USCAA National Tournament. Zach Ziegler with you here on day 1. And remember, we're bringing you all the action throughout the tournament at basketball.theuscaa.com. Calvin Johnson has checked back into the game for Wilkes-Barre, and it'll be Dorian Haynes on the inbound. So Haynes will inbound right in front of the PA announcer at the scores table. Haynes gets it to Kevin Major at the volleyball line, and we're underway. His clock starts ticking. Silverberg on the far side gets it back to Major near the top. Kevin Major looking for someone to go to. Salos on defense. Major moves to his left. Now back, goes back to his left, gets to Silverberg in the left corner. Silverberg driving, puts it up, and no good. Fonseca on the rebound as he's coming up quickly. Stops just beyond the key on the far side of the court. So set things up, gets it inside to Cousins. Cousins puts it up, and no good, but we're going to get a foul called here. As it's going to be on Wilkes-Barre's Calvin Johnson. Johnson's second. And it'll bring Cousins to the line. Cousins has 4 today. His first trip to the charity stripe as he'll shoot 2. And the first trip to the free throw line for Southern Maine Community College. They did not have an attempt in that first half. First shot is up, and it's no good as it bounces out. Zachary Mickle checks back in for Southern Maine. Cousins, a 6'4" freshman from Wells, Maine. He's seen a lot of action today, as he was the one who came in for Lowbor in that first half. He's played pretty well, has started the second half and has been in for the first 6 minutes. Cousins' next one is up, and that one's no good as it bounces out of the rim, and Johnson will have the rebound. Wilkes-Barre back on the offensive. 49-40. Southern Maine Community College leads with 13:55 to go in the second half. Kevin Major at the volleyball line, now moves to his left, looking for a screen from Sutton, drives in, puts one up from the left block. It's up and no good, and Salos had it for a second and then gets wrapped by Kevin Major, and they're going to get him for that one. The foul was on Major, his third foul of the day. And we're going to have a timeout called as we go to another media timeout. It's 49-40, Southern Maine Community College leads, and Southern Maine Community College in this second half has really ramped up the defense, playing tight defense, forcing some turnovers, some bad shots, and that's allowed them to build this 9-point lead, 49-40. They're still on a run right now, 9-0, but neither team has scored in about 2 minutes as both defenses playing well over these last couple minutes. And one of the keys we said in that first half for Wilkes-Barre was Kevin Silverberg, but Silverberg has been held off the board through the first 7 minutes of the second half. He's been double-teamed a lot today. He's been forced to move the ball around, and Wilkes-Barre just kind of looking for someone to pick up the slack. Armstead got things started off strong with 3 points, but he really hasn't been able to get anything going consistently, and that has led to a lack of offense here in the second half for Wilkes-Barre. They've only scored 4 points in this second half. Northwest Design Inc. is the official merchandiser of the national championships. They provide an outstanding selection of apparel that is fully customizable. Don't miss out on the memory of the 2020 Basketball National Championships. To purchase your official 2020 USCAA National Basketball Championship merchandise from Northwest Design Inc., visit their booth in the community center located near the food courts. Coming out of the media timeout, 49-40. Southern Maine Community College leads in this one over Penn State Wilkes-Barre. Wilkes-Barre, the number 9 seed. In our earlier game to start the men's Division II bracket, Penn State Greater Allegheny, the number 10 seed, upset Berkeley, the number 7 seed, to move on. GA will face Central Penn tomorrow at 6. Back in action here for this round 1 matchup. Zachary Mickle on the far side of the court moves back towards the center, now driving in, puts one up, and it goes in and out as Sutton will come down with the rebound. Wilkes-Barre back on offense. 13:26 to go. They go deep for Armstead in the right corner. Armstead will now drive, gets it out to Haynes. Haynes will slow things down. Armstead takes it again on the far left side, puts up a 3, and he hits it. John Armstead, we talked about a hot start to this half. He now has 7 in the half and 10 on the day. And now Wilkes-Barre forced the turnover. They're back at it. 49-43 our score. Southern Maine Community College leads. Kevin Major at the half-court line. He'll set up the offense. 12:58 to go. Haynes in the near side, just beyond the arc. Gets to the top of the key to Sutton. Sutton over to Major on the far side. Major back to the top where Armstead waits. Armstead looking for a lane. Gets it to Haynes on the right side. Haynes makes a move inside. Puts one up for 2. We'll have a whistle, and they're going to get a foul as 2 shots are coming up for Dorian Haynes. We're going to get Zachary Mickle on that foul. Mickle's third. 49-43, Southern Maine Community College leads. Dorian Haynes coming to the line. His first trip to the line. He does not have a point yet in this one. Haynes' first shot is up, and it's good. So Haynes on the board, and that makes it 49-44. Ian Reagan checks back into the game for Southern Maine Community College. For Haynes, a freshman guard from Queens, New York, standing at 6'4". His next shot is up, and that one is good as well. So put 2 on the board for Dorian Haynes, and it makes it a 4-point game, 49-45 with 12:41 to play. Zachary Mickle bringing it up for Southern Maine, gets it over to Cromwell on the far side. Cromwell back to Cousins, the top. Cousins to Mickle on the near side near the logo. Inside to Cromwell. Cromwell for 2, and it's no good. Armstead coming in to get the rebound, and Wilkes-Barre moving quickly. They're trying to up the pace once again. We saw them do this in the first half. Haynes from the charity stripe gets it inside to Sutton. Or sorry, this is Calvin Johnson. Johnson tries to make a move, and he gets called for the double dribble. The turnover for Wilkes-Barre as they try to quicken the pace just a little bit too quickly on that one for Johnson. He's unable to handle it. Cromwell inbounds to Zachary Mickle. Mickle bringing it up. Past that half-court line. Mickle, not a lot of points on the board today, but he's been a factor for these Seawolves, playing some strong defense and leading this team. He drives in on this one, and a block by Sutton as Mickle goes up for two. He can't handle it, and Wilkes-Barre is back on the attack. Kevin Major coming quickly past the charity stripe, tries to put one up. Cousins and Cromwell all over him. It doesn't go through, but we're going to get a foul here as they're going to get Deshaun Cromwell. Cromwell now has 3, and Southern Maine Community College head coach Matt Richards not happy about that call. It'll bring Major to the line. Kevin Major, his first trip to the free throw line for Wilkes-Barre. His first shot is up, and it's good. Fouls have been a trouble today for Southern Maine Community College, and they're affecting them here. As Wilkes-Barre continues to be strong in this half, they're a perfect 5 for 5 from the free throw line. They were 12 for 15 in the first half. Major, a junior from Bronx, New York. Made his first, going for his second. It is up, and it is good. So Wilkes-Barre, perfect 6 for 6 here in this second half, and it's a 2-point game, 49-47. Southern Maine Community College leads with just under 12 to play. Zachary Mickle gets it to Pedro Fonseca on the far side of the court. Fonseca inside to Lobor. Lobor for 2. That one won't fall as Johnson gets it, and he's moving quickly. Now he stops at the volleyball line, gets it back to Armstead near half court. Armstead to Haynes, back to Armstead. Armstead for 3 on the far side, and no good, but Sutton a nice job of getting the offensive rebound. He'll get it back to Kevin Major, and Major will reset the play. 49-47 to go. Southern Maine Community College leads over Penn State Wilkes-Barre. Gets it over to Sutton. Sutton to Armstead. Armstead moving back towards the middle. Armstead will now drive. He's at the free throw line, and it's caught by Reagan, intercepted. Seawolves has the ball, and now we're going to get a foul as looks like they're going to get John Armstead, and they will. Armstead getting a little handsy there with Reagan as Reagan was trying to move up quickly, and Armstead knew it right away. Armstead's second. Southern Maine Community College will inbound. Lobor gets it to Mickle, and they'll set up the play on offense. Mickle just over the line head. He's being guarded by Major, who just got that call. Mickle, the volleyball line goes right, gets it to Reagan on the far side. Reagan towards the corner, now drives in, tries to put up a 2, and going up is Armstead trying for the block, and it looks like they're going to get him. Armstead very displeased with that call, and they are going to get Armstead. It's his 3rd foul, and it'll bring Ian Reagan to the line. Reagan, the top scorer for the Seawolves in terms of points per game. Came into the tournament averaging 12.4 points per game, but has been kind of held off the board today. He only has 4 in that first half. His first trip to the free throw line. His first shot is up, and it's good. So Reagan now has 5 as Colin Baker checks back into the game. Reagan is the team captain, a 6'2 sophomore from Old Orchard Beach, Maine. Reagan's second shot is up, and that one is good. So Reagan goes perfect 2 for 2 from the free throw line. He now has 6, and the Seawolves lead is 51-47 over Penn State Wilkes-Barre. Kevin Major gets it back past half court where Dorian Haynes waits for it. Haynes to the right, gets to the right corner to Silverberg. Silverberg, who was a big factor in that first half, has been held off the board here in the second. He'll get it to Kevin Major near the near side, near the corner scorer's table. Major back to his left. Major to the top of the key, trying to make a move around Zachary Mickle. Mickle all over him, gets to the right corner to Silverberg. Silverberg drives, puts up a 2, and there's Silverberg's first points of the second half. He now has 21 on the day, and it's 51-49. Southern Maine Community College leads with just under 10.5 to go. Zachary Mickle gets it to Ian Reagan. Reagan from the free throw line puts up a 2, no good, but right there is Cousins to get the rebound, and he's going to get a foul called. Cousins, a nice job of going up and getting that one. He fell down hard. And they're going to get Calvin Johnson, Johnson's 3rd foul of the day. Cousins comes to the line. Cousins missed his first 2 free throw attempts today. He was the first one to come to the line for the Seawolves. Seawolves did not have a free throw attempt in the first half. And they are currently 2 for 4 as a team here in the second. Cousins' first shot is up, and that one's no good, falls off the mark. Cousins is now 0 for 3 from the line. Nice job by him of being able to get that rebound and force these attempts. Cousins' second shot is up, And that one doesn't fall as well. It was a battle for the ball, but Kevin Major comes up with it for Penn State Wilkes-Barre, and he's going the other way, down by 2. Major gets it to Haynes. Haynes for 3 near the right corner, and it doesn't fall. Going up is Reagan to get that one. And Southern Maine Community College just missed, falling behind again. 9:56 to go, 51-49. Southern Maine Community College leads over Wilkes-Barre. Mickle gets it to Reagan on the near side. Reagan driving in, gets it to Lowbore on the block. Lowbore out to Baker, back to Lowbore on the right block. Lowbore out to Reagan on the far side. Reagan for 3, and no good. Cousins right there to get the offensive rebound. He goes up, no good. And standing tall as Sutton gets the block, and it'll be Penn State Wilkes-Barre ball. Tyler Mickle will check in for the Seawolves as Cousins goes out. Southern Maine Community College wanted a foul there, but does not get it, as players from their bench all were standing up with their arms in the air. 9:37 to go. Southern Maine Community College leads 51-49 over Penn State Wilkes-Barre in this first round matchup. Kevin Major comes up past the half-court line, gets it near side to Silverberg, back to the volleyball line where Major waits. Major being guarded by Zachary Mickle. He'll go right, driving in towards the net, puts up a 2, and it's no good, but we'll get a foul. Wilkes-Barre coming back to the line as they're going to get Lowbore this time. Lowbore's third, his first of this half. He had 2 early in the first half, which caused him to have to sit out. And now we're going to go to a media timeout with 9:24 to play. It's Southern Maine Community College 51, Penn State Wilkes-Barre 49. Wilkes-Barre's been good at the free throw line once again here in the second half, a perfect 6 for 6. And they were 12 for 15 from the free throw line in that first half, and that really allowed them to battle back in this game. And this has been a back-and-forth game, a really good game here in the first round. But the winner has to be at their best when they go on to face number 1 Johnson & Wales Charlotte tomorrow at 8 p.m. Both coaches trying to get their team. Matt Richards passionate on the Southern Maine Community College side, trying to fire his guys up on the Wilkes-Barre side. LaShawn Hammett knows what it takes to win a USCAA championship. He won his first USCAA title last season after they fell to Penn State York in the Penn State University Athletic Conference Championship. His team was able to battle back and win the national tournament. They upset Berkeley College on their run. Berkeley was the national champion for 3 straight years prior to that, as they had won championships in 2018, 2017, and 2016. Wilkes-Barre getting their first championship in school history last year. They're trying to keep their run alive here in 2020 against Southern Maine Community College. Southern Maine Community College making its first trip back to the tournament in the last 2 seasons. So Kevin Major comes to the line. Major 2 for 2 from the free throw line so far. As he goes through his motions, trying to tie this game up. He could tie it if he makes both. He makes the first. It's now 51-50. He tries to tie the game. 9:24 to play. Major's second shot is up, and that one is good. We're all knotted up 51-51. Give Major 9 on the day. And Southern Maine Community College back on the offensive. 51-51 the score, 9:19 to play. Colin Baker gets it to Lowbore in the right corner. Lowbore driving in for Southern Maine Community College, and we're going to get a push for Wilkes-Barre. They're going to get Sutton. Sutton's second foul of the day. That's going to give Southern Maine Community College the ball, and going to bring Lowbore to the line. Anthony Lowbore coming to the line. Pedro Fonseca checks back in. A 1-and-1 opportunity for Lowbore. First shot is up, and that one's good, so we'll get another. Southern Maine Community College back in the lead. They did not have a free throw attempt in the first half. Has gone to the line 4 times here in the second. Lowbore's next shot is up, and that one's good, so he makes both. In the second half, Southern Maine Community College now 4 for 8 from the free throw line. With 9 minutes to go, they're ahead 53-51 in this first round matchup. Kevin Major moving to his left, far side of the court, being guarded by Zachary Mickle. Major to Silverberg at the top of the key. Silverberg drives in, puts up a 2, and that one won't fall through. Ian Reagan grabs the rebound and gets it to Mickle, who will bring up the offense for the Seawolves. Mickle, top of the key, looks, gets it to Fonseca on the far side. Fonseca moving towards the right corner, now gets it in to Lowbore. Lowbore had some trouble holding on to the ball, and we're going to get a foul called. We'll see who they get. Lowbore had that one going in and out of his hands the entire time. And they're going to get Calvin Johnson again. Johnson now has 4, so he has to be careful with 8:39 to go. And Wilkes-Barre's Jordan Black's going to check in for him. So Lobor back at the line. He made both halves of the 1-and-1 last time. He'll have another 1-and-1 attempt here. Shots up. And no good. Sutton able to come down with the rebound for Wilkes-Barre there on the attack. 8:37 to go. 53-51. Southern Maine Community College leads over Penn State Wilkes-Barre. Major coming up, moving to his right towards the near side of the court over by the scorer's table. Major now moving left to the top of the key. He's driving in, gets it out to the right corner where Silverberg awaits. Silverberg will now attempt. Gets the Black at the line. Black up, no good. Sutton with the offensive rebound. Sutton will try, and that's no good. A couple of missed shots there for Wilkes-Barre, and Ian Reagan ends up with a rebound for Southern Maine Community College. Gets it to Mickle. Mickle driving in, gets it to Tyler Mickle. Tyler Mickle puts it up, and Tyler Mickle gets it in. 4 points of the day for Tyler Mickle. It's now 55-51. Southern Maine Community College leads. Major back on the offensive side for Wilkes-Barre. Far side of the court near the USCAA logo. He'll try to drive. Gets it out to Haynes on the near side. Haynes drives back out to Major. Major coming back into the free throw line. Puts up for 2 and no good. Lobor with the rebound. Missed shots have hurt Wilkes-Barre in this second half. A couple of stops from Southern Maine Community College due to some bad shots. It allowed them to get ahead. Meanwhile, Reagan puts up a 3. No good. Major with the rebound. Wilkes-Barre trying to stay in this one. They're down by 4. Silverberg from the left corner has been held off the board in this second half. Gets it out to Major near the volleyball line. Silverberg had 19 in that first half. Has 2 so far in the second half, as Southern Maine Community College has made it a statement to be able to guard him here. And meanwhile, Penn State Wilkes-Barre will call a timeout. Jack Monick and Pick 10 Photography is the official photographer of the 2020 USCAA National Basketball Championships. Visit Jack's booth in the community center during the tournament, or visit the USCAA photo store following the championships at the USCAA.com and clicking on the photo store link of the About Us section of the website. The official host hotel of the 2020 USCAA Small College National Championship, participants are staying at the beautiful Seven Springs Mountain Resort. The property features wonderful slopeside lodging options, 7 restaurants, a bowling alley, arcade, and snow tubing activities. Visit sevensprings.com for more information and a property tour. We're ready to resume action. 7:19 to go at Southern Maine Community College 55, Penn State Wilkes-Barre 51, as Kevin Majors will start the offense for Wilkes-Barre. Major gets it to Silverberg at the volleyball line. Silverberg looking for somewhere to go with it, tries to drive in. They're going to get the offensive foul on Silverberg. Nice job by Fonseca of being able to stand there and take that one. First foul for Silverberg on the day. And it'll give Southern Maine Community College the ball back with just over 7 to play. Lobor will inbound to Zachary Mickle. Mickle coming up. Being guarded by Major. Mickle over the line head. Gets it to Ian Reagan on the far side of the court. Reagan looking for somewhere to go. Goes to Fonseca for 3, but we're going to get a call. As they get a foul here, Tyler Mickle ended up on the ground on the other side of the court. And for that, they are going to get, looks like Armstead again. John Armstead, his 4th foul. It'll bring Tyler Mickle to the line, shooting 3. Mickle's first shot is up, and that one's good. He's made the first of 3. Tyler Mickle, a junior from Billerica, Massachusetts. Standing at 6'5", his next shot is up, and that one's good. There's only 2 free throws for Mickle. That makes it 57-51. Kevin Major coming up. Major setting the offense for Wilkes-Barre. 57-51, Southern Maine Community College leads. Major looking for somewhere to go. Hands it off to Armstead. Armstead moving to his left, back towards the volleyball line extended. Now drives in. Gets to the right corner where Major waits. Major to his left, and we're going to get a whistle before he can do anything. They're going to get Ian Reagan on the foul there. Reagan's second. And he'll bring up 2 shots, bringing Major to the line. Major so far 4 for 4 from the charity stripe. All of those made here in the second half. He was not part of that free throw success for Penn State Wilkes-Barre earlier. Major's first shot is up. And no good as he misses the first half of a 1-and-1. Tyler Mickle on the rebound. Southern Maine Community College on the offense. He gets it to Zachary Mickle. Mickle, volleyball line on the far side of the court being guarded by Major. Mickle looking for somewhere to go. Gets it inside to Tyler Mickle. Tyler Mickle, the free throw line, hands off to Ian Reagan. Reagan trying to go in, and we're going to get a jump ball called as Kevin Silverberg gets his hands on the ball. And the ball will stay with Southern Maine Community College. Cameron Cousins checking back into the game for the Seawolves. He's seen significant time today, has 4 points on the day, all coming in the first half. 6:15 to go, 57-51. Southern Maine Community College leads over Penn State Wilkes-Barre. Zachary Mickle will inbound. Mickle to Cousins. Cousins out to Tyler Mickle. Tyler Mickle fakes a shot, but they're going to get him with a travel. And it's going to be a turnover. Almost a great play there by Tyler Mickle, but just couldn't complete it. As Wilkes-Barre will have the ball. Jordan Black inbounds to Kevin Major. Major waiting to touch it. Now he grabs it. And the clock will begin. Major on the far side near the USCAA logo. Major to the top of the key where Sutton awaits. Sutton gets it to Silverberg, and we're going to get a whistle here. So they're going to get Pedro Fonseca. Fonseca's third foul of the day. And Southern Maine Community College has got to watch their fouls. Deshaun Cromwell has 3. Zachary Mickle has 3. Pedro Fonseca has 3. And Anthony Lobor all have 3. Kevin Silverberg will now come to the line for a 1-and-1. Silverberg's shot is up, and it's good. So he now has 22 on the day. Only 3 here in the second half, as Southern Maine Community College has kept him off the board. His next shot up, and that one's good as well. So he now has 23. Southern Maine Community College back on offense. Zachary Mickle coming up. Mickle will set the play. 5:57 to go, 57-53. Southern Maine Community College leads. Zachary Mickle to Tyler Mickle. Tyler Mickle at the free throw line. Gets it out to Ian Reagan. Back to the top where Zachary Mickle awaits. Zach Mickle gets a long 3 up. It's off the back of the rim, and it'll hit the shot clock on top. Changing possession to Penn State Wilkes-Barre. Joel Carpenter inbounds to Kevin Major. Major comes up slowly. Wilkes-Barre down by 4. In a back-and-forth game. Still plenty of time. Major gets it inside where Carpenter waits. Carpenter gets it up, and it's good. Joel Carpenter gets his 4th points of the day. Had 2 in the first, now 2 here in the second. It's 57-55. Pedro Fonseca from the outside has it. Gets it inside to Cousins. Cousins to Reagan. Reagan drives, puts it up, and it's good. We're going to have the 3-point play. Ian Reagan, a nice drive, taking the foul and making it happen. As they get Kevin Silverberg. Silverberg's second. Anthony Lobor checking back into the game for Southern Maine Community College. So Ian Reagan coming to the line for the second time today. He was 2 for 2 in his first attempts. Reagan's shot is up, and he completes the 3-point play. He now has 9 on the day as Wilkes-Barre back on offense. 5:10 to go, 60-55. Southern Maine Community College leads. Major going to his right, driving in towards the net, gets it out to Silverberg. Silverberg will now try. Silverberg puts up 2 when he gets it. Kevin Silverberg now with 25 in this one. It's 60-57, a 3-point lead for the Seawolves. Zachary Mickle to Anthony Lobor, 4:50 to go, and time is ticking away. The Seawolves trying to hold the ball as long as they can. Gets to Lobor on the net. Lobor puts up a 2, no good. Joel Carpenter on the rebound. And Wilkes-Barre's flying up the court. Kevin Major trying to set things up. Major looking for a lane. Spins, puts up a 2. And that one falls in for Kevin Major. And it's now just a 1-point game. 60-59. Southern Maine Community College leads. This one's coming down to an exciting finish. Zachary Mickle has the ball for Southern Maine. He's in the far corner. Gets to Fonseca at the top of the key. Fonseca for 3. And it's no good as Joel Carpenter comes down with a rebound. Fonseca had those 5 threes in the first half, but he's been held off the board. Meanwhile, there's Silverberg again giving his team the lead. A big 3 for Kevin Silverberg. He now has 28 on the afternoon. And it's 62-60. Penn State Wilkes-Barre leads. How about this guy, Kevin Silverberg, 19 points in the first half. He had been held off the board for most of this second half, but now catches fire with a big three to get his team back ahead 62-60. He now has 28 points on the day, and what a job by him. He's really putting his team on his back here in this one. And Southern Maine Community College had an answer for him at the start of this second half, but lately they need to find a way to get back on top of him. Excella Health, the region's leading provider of advanced medical care, is proud to provide this year's on-site athletic training services to all of this year's participating student-athletes and wishes all the teams good luck in this year's event. The premier medical facility in the area, the Uniontown Hospital, supports the USCAA Basketball National Championships. Uniontown Hospital is located just minutes from the Penn State Fayette campus and is available to help you with all of your medical needs. This year's tournament from Uniontown, Pennsylvania, and Penn State Fayette. The last year this tournament will be at Penn State Fayette, as next year it shifts to Richmond, Virginia. Southern Maine Community College will inbound now down by 2, 4:06 to play. Low bore inbounds to Zachary Mickle, and we're underway. Mickle going up past the Lion Head. Going to be guarded by John Armstead. Armstead guarding, gets it out to Fonseca. Fonseca inside to Cousins. Cousins over to Reagan. Reagan to top out just beyond the arc. Gets it into the right block where Lowbore lates. Lowbore drives, puts it up, and no good, but we're going to get a foul here. It looks like they're going to get Joel Carpenter on defense, and they will. Carpenter's second foul. A couple of Wilkes-Barre guys in trouble foul-wise. Calvin Johnson has 4. He's been out of the game ever since getting his 4th. Kevin Major has 3, and John Armstead has 4. Anthony Lowbore coming to the line. His first shot is up and no good. Lowbore's had a pretty strong second half for Southern Maine Community College. He has 10 points on the day. Next shot is up, and that one's good. So he makes 1 of 2. And it's now 62-61. Penn State Wilkes-Barre leads. Kevin Major coming up for Wilkes-Barre. Being guarded by Zachary Mickle. Major driving in, gets it out to Armstead. Armstead from the free throw line gets it out to Major again. Major on the near side, near his bench. Now he'll drive into the free throw line, gets it left corner to Silverberg. Silverberg for 3, and he drains it. 2 straight threes for Kevin Silverberg, and it's now 65-61. Wilkes-Barre leads. Zachary Mickle coming up. Southern Maine Community College trying to stay alive. Now they're down by 4. Mickle drives in, puts up a shot. It's blocked by Carpenter, and it'll be Jordan Black who comes down for Penn State Wilkes-Barre with the ball. Silverberg has it in his hand again on the far side. Kevin Silverberg, 2 big threes. He now has 31 points on the day. Gets it out to Kevin Major, who's at the Lion Head. Major will set up. Major moves to his left, being guarded by Mickle. Major for 3 on the far side of the court. No good. Ian Reagan comes down with it. Driving up is Southern Maine Community College. 65-61. Penn State Wilkes-Barre leads with 2.5 to go. Ian Reagan gets it back out to Zachary Mickle. Mickle saves it from going over that half-court line as he's able to reset the offense. Being guarded by John Armstead. Mickle gets to the left corner to Fonseca. Fonseca inside to Lowbore. Lowbore spins, drives, puts it up, and it's good. Anthony Lowbore adds 2 to his day. He now has 19. And it's 65-63. Penn State Wilkes-Barre lead, just over 2 to play. In for an exciting finish, Kevin Major slowing things down at the Lion Head. Zachary Mickle up on defense. Major hands off to Armstead. Armstead towards the top near the volleyball line. Now goes far side of the court. Ian Reagan heavily on him. Armstead will drive to the top of the key. Gets it right corner to Major. Major moving to his left, back to the top. Major looking for a lane. Gets a screen from Black. Goes right corner to Carpenter. Carpenter trying to make a man miss. Puts up a 3, but it's too late as they get the shot clock violation. And the ball will go to Southern Maine Community College. Good defense there by the Seawolves as they force Wilkes-Barre to keep moving the ball around. Wilkes-Barre just couldn't find that clear shot. 65-63, Penn State Wilkes-Barre leads. Zachary Mickle coming up, minute 37 to go in this 2-point game. Lowbor, top of the key to Cameron Cousins. Cousins over to Mickle on the near side. Mickle inside of Lowbor. Lowbor waits, puts one up, and it's good. We're all tied. Anthony Lowbor now has 21, and it's 65-65, a minute 20 to play. Major will set up the offense for Wilkes-Barre. Goes to the near side towards his bench. Zachary Mickle on defense. Major inside to Carpenter. Carpenter being guarded by Lowbor. Lowbor trying to reach for the ball, getting handsy there. Carpenter gets it out to Armstead. Armstead from the free throw line drives, puts up a layup, and no good, but we're going to get the foul. And they call offensive. They get Armstead. It looked like they were going to call a defensive foul, but that is it. Armstead fouls out. That's his fifth, and it's tied 65-65. Southern Maine Community College with a chance at the ball. It was 50-50 in there as Cousins went down hard. The officials determined it was offensive, and that's going to give Southern Maine the ball as they will take a timeout and look to advance the ball to their offensive zone. What a game this has been. Back and forth all afternoon. Kevin Silverberg was held off the board the entire second half. He had 19 first half points. Couldn't get anything going in the second half. Then he gets on fire, gives Wilkes-Barre the lead with two big threes. But Southern Maine Community College has battled back. Anthony Lowbor, a huge second half. Lowbor has 21 in the game after only having 6 in the first half. He had to sit out most of that first half toward the foul trouble, and he has been on fire in the second half. Coming out of the timeout, 65-65 our score, 56 seconds to play. Here in this round one matchup, the winner will have to take on Johnson and Wales Charlotte, the number 1 seed tomorrow night. Anthony Lowbor will inbound. Lowbor gets it to Zachary Mickle, and we're coming up the court. Mickle, past the half-court line, he's on the far side, being guarded by Major. Mickle gets it cross-court to Fonseca. Fonseca looking for a three, but gets it inside to Lowbor. Lowbor puts up a 2, and he gets it. Nice job, Anthony Lowbor, driving in. He now has 23, and we'll have a chance to complete the three-point play as they call Kevin Silverberg on the foul. What a second half here for Anthony Lowbor. He now has 23. Seventeen of those 23 coming in the second half. It's 67-65. Lowbor at the free throw line. Puts it up. And he completes the three-point play. It's now 68-65, 43 seconds to go as Wilkes-Barre will come down the court. Kevin Major has it. Major at the volleyball line, moving to his right, looking for somewhere to go. Trying to control the offense. Major back to his left, gets it right corner to Carpenter. Carpenter puts up a three, and it bounces in and out. Cousins able to pull down the rebound with 23 seconds to go. Anthony Lowbor coming up, and Kevin Major will reach out and foul him. Sending Lowbor to the line, and Lowbor a chance to put this one away with 20 seconds to go. He'll shoot 2. Anthony Lowbor, what a second half for him. As we said, 6 points in the first half. He had to sit out a lot of that first half because of the 2 early fouls, but he has come back and made a big impact for the Seawolves. Lowbor's first shot is up, and it's good. That makes it 69-65. It's now a 2-possession game. Lowbor's second shot. That one no good. Carpenter getting the rebound. Gets it to Major quickly as Wilkes-Barre coming up the court. Major tries to get it inside, and Ian Reagan intercepts it with 14 seconds to go. And we're going to have a foul as Dorian Haynes gets Cameron Cousins. They're going to get Haynes on the foul. 12 seconds to go. It'll bring Cousins to the line to shoot 2. Cousins 0 for 4 from the free throw line today, but a chance to redeem himself. 69-65, Southern Maine Community College leads with 12 seconds to go. A big second half for Anthony Lowbor. Has gotten his team in position. Cousins' shot is up, and no good. Trying to make his first free throw of the day. Cousins has it again for his second shot. That one's up, and that one's good. Cameron Cousins on the board for a free throw, and now Penn State Wilkes-Barre will call a timeout with 12 seconds to go. It's 70-65. Anthony Lobor really the difference maker here in this second half, as it's going to go to a full timeout for the Seawolves. Lobor held to just 6 points in that first half, but he has broken out for 17 in the second half. He has 25 on the day, and Lobor really made the difference. Fonseca got it started for Southern Maine Community College. He had 15 in the first half, 5 3-pointers for Fonseca. He's been held off the board in the second half, so someone had to pick up the slack. Anthony Lobor steps in and gets the job done with 25, as they're just about 5 seconds away from closing this one out. Specialty Conduit Manufacturing is a longtime supporter of the basketball championships in Uniontown. Their recent 41,000 square foot expansion makes them the leading plumbing company in all southwestern Pennsylvania. Specialty Conduit wishes all teams best of luck this week at Penn State Fayette. Schumars congratulates Penn State Fayette and its supporters for the 12th anniversary. Schumars is excited to share 12 years of memories with Penn State Fayette and the USCAA and wishes every team the best of luck in this year's national championships. So Penn State Wilkes-Barre will have the ball. 70-65. Southern Maine Community College leads. 12 seconds to go. It's a 2-possession game, so this would have to be a quick possession for Wilkes-Barre. They want to stay alive. Haynes inbounds to Major. Major coming up quickly. Major for 3 from the near side, and he doesn't hit it. Ian Reagan tries to come down, but it goes off his hand and out of bounds. So Wilkes-Barre will stay alive for now. It's 5 seconds to go. 5.9 left on the clock. 70-65. Southern Maine Community College leads. Kevin Silverberg inbound to Sutton. Sutton to Major. Major for 3. And no good. Sutton with the offensive rebound. Silverberg will try a 3 at the buzzer. He makes it, but it is not going to be enough. Kevin Silverberg ends his day with a 3. And our final score, Southern Maine Community College 70, Penn State Wilkes-Barre 68. But what a game this was. Back and forth throughout the afternoon. And Southern Maine Community College got the lead early. Penn State Wilkes-Barre battled back from the free throw line, and it was back and forth for the rest of that second half. But what a second half for our player of the game, Anthony Lobor. He had 17 points in that second half, ends with 25 on the day, and he was really the difference maker in that second half. Fonseca was held off the board. Lobor able to step in and provide that offensive spark that Southern Maine Community College needed to wrap this one up. So Southern Maine Community College will move on. They take on Johnson and Wales Charlotte tomorrow evening, 8 p.m. here in the main arena for Penn State Wilkes-Barre. They move to the consolation bracket as they will not be able to defend their 2020 USCAA National Championship. But what a game this was. As we said, back and forth throughout. Southern Maine Community College able to hold off their first year back in the tournament in 2 seasons, and they were able to get that first round win. Player of the game, as we said, Anthony Lobor, 25 points for him on the day, 17 of those coming in the second half, and he was key. He sit out most of that first half due to foul trouble. He had 2 fouls early that really hurt him. Pedro Fonseca was able to pick up that slack in the first half. Fonseca had 15 points for his team, was held off the board in the second half. So Fonseca and Lobo are really pacing things for Southern Maine Community College, but let's not let that take away from the effort from Kevin Silverberg today. Silverberg hits that 3 there at the end. He finishes with 34 points on the afternoon and really put his team on his back. He scored almost half of his team's points in the game. Great effort from Kevin Silverberg, a great way for him to end his run in the USCAA National Tournament. And just a great overall game here between the number 8 and the number 9 seed. We have more action for you coming up. Number 3, UC Claremont going to take on number 6, Vermont Tech, in what should be a high-scoring offensive game. Each team averaging over 90 points per game. We'll have that action for you here in just a moment. We thank you for listening to the 8-9 game here in the USCAA National Tournament. Your final score, Southern Maine Community College 70, Penn State Wilkes-Barre 68. I'm Zach Ziegler, and we'll be back from Penn State Fayette in just about 18 minutes for more action.